So if I look at this, this is the normal, like we did last year with the debtors recon, remember? And then we also did the creditors recon. It's my own books, it's my own creditors control, and it's my own creditors list. I want to go through the steps with you quick again. So if I do the steps, always remember, it starts with the document. That is basically the transactions info. Then I go to the journals. The journals total posted to the control, single posted to the list or the creditors control in the creditors ledger, and in the end it's the list. Okay, so that's that's what we need to know. Second thing you need to know is if I look at creditors control, it's a minus plus, balance, CJ, which is an invoice, CAJ, which is a debit note, and CPJ, which is a payment. Okay, that's my basics. So please remember that. Okay, I also remember overstated, I go to the opposite side. Understated, I go to the same side. Okay. Wrong side, I fix twice. Okay, let's do this. So now they give me here a little, I hope I have one extra one that I don't have to page all the time. Let me see. This is question 3, ne? No, this is a different one. Are we all on the same page? Am I at the right exercise? Yes. Okay. So, if I look at this one, can you see they give me here? Briefly explain how the preparation of a creditor's recon as an internal control measure can assist the business in managing their creditors effectively. Next. So now I'm doing an internal control. I check for errors and omissions. Why? Because I must know that the creditors control is equal to the creditors list. Why? Because they use the same info. It's the same persons. The one is just the total and the other one is per person. So they have to be the same. So if they are not the same, it means somewhere I forgot to post something, or I posted it to the wrong side, or I posted it the wrong amount. Okay, so it helps clear up mistakes and stuff I left out. Okay, so now can you see creditors control and creditors list, both work minus plus. So for yourself, just remember, if it's a CJ, it's a plus. If it's a credit note or an EFT, it's a minus. In other words, a CPJ and a CAJ. Nee. The CJ would be an invoice. Are we all together? Am I talking too fast? You're listening too slow. So here we go. Number 1, A. A says, investigation relating to the credit purchases from Station Limited revealed that Tabani ordered goods for himself. Okay, this is information B. So he took goods for himself and it wasn't taken into the stock. Meaning, let's say we are a shoe store. He ordered an extra pair of shoes and he never put it in the stock. So he never put it available to sell. He took it for himself. Okay? And they say, give 2 internal control measures that the business can use to prevent similar incidents from happening in future. Okay, so keep that in mind because we're going to go to info B. This one. Okay, so keep that in mind when we get there. So, info A. The total of the creditors list was under cost, meaning I have to do exactly the same. So what is the total? The total is a plus. So if it's under cost, I'm going to plus again, right? So I go to the list and I plus 900. Anybody with a problem? I'm going fast. Okay. Next one. Now we get to the guy who stole. A credit purchase from station was not recorded in the books of the business. So why is that? Why isn't this recorded in the books of the business? What did they tell me? They told me here, this guy bought it, right? And what did he do? It can't be drawings because he's not an owner. He stole it. Okay, so in other words, we need to show it in our, so what we're going to do is we're going to show that transaction, né? It needs to be added, because what happened, it is in the invoice. So in other words, stationers or whatever the creditor's name is, sent me an invoice, and that amount is included in the invoice, and they expect me to pay it, right? Why? Because this guy who ordered it did it on the business name. So I'm going to put it in the business books, right? But what am I going to do? So I'm going to do prudence, né? I'm going to do prudence where I say, this stuff was bought in my name. So I am going to show it as a purchase of stock. And I am going to show it as I owe this business the money, né? But what am I going to do outside of the books in real life? Who bought the goods? This guy who stole it. He stole it. He didn't buy it. He took it. But what are you going to do from him? You're going to make him buy it. You're going to make him buy it. So you are going to deduct it from his salary. No? He's going to have a disciplinary. Most probably you're going to fire him. Or if you keep him, whatever. The fact is, those goods are part of your stock and he took it. So you want to make it part of your stock and your debt. You're going to pay it, but you're going to take that money from him. It says, okay, so I'm going to add it as an invoice in both. Okay? I'm going to add it into the creditors control here, plus 3720, and to the creditors list, because I can promise you, when this creditor sends me a statement, that 3720 is included there. I owe it to him because this transaction was done in my business name. Okay? So I'm going to make the best of this. I'm going to get the money from him. So actually, he bought it from me, not stole it. Okay? Does it make sense? Is there anybody who's got a problem with this? You are very quiet today. I should be away more often. No? Trading stock. So the next one says, trading stock returned to Malinga Limited was entered correctly in the CAJ. So the journal is fine, the total is fine, the control is fine. But it was posted wrong to the account of the creditor. Meaning, journal is fine, single amount is wrong, meaning list is wrong. Okay, so now let's see. It's 720, it's the right amount, but we showed it as 270. Can you see it's understated? With how much? 450. So I'm going to put 450 there, but I'm asking you, am I going to plus or minus? So let's see if you are right. What is CAJ? CAJ is a plus or a minus? It's a plus or a minus. Does it make my debt more or less? Less. So CAJ is a minus. I understated, so I want to do exactly the same as what I did. So I'm going to minus extra. Okay. Okay. Next one. The creditors control total. Immediately, control is wrong. In the CPJ is 16,400. The bookkeeper credited this to the control by mistake. What do I know? If I look at my creditors control, what side is it? Debit side. What side did I show it? Credit side. Wrong side, I need to fix it twice, because the first time I'm just cancelling the mistake. And now my account is 0. So now I put in the right one. So in the control, I'm going to minus 16,400 twice. What is 16,400 times 2? Is it 32,800? Okay. The invoice of 8870, invoice is a CJ, meaning it's a plus, for stock purchased from Zondi has been correctly recorded in the CJ, so my control is fine, but has not been posted to the account of the creditors ledger, so the list is wrong and it's a plus, so I put it in. And now I total both sides and they should be the same. Okay, I'm going to show you. Can anybody give me a total on either side?
5630.
Both sides. So what you do, if you add this and it's not the same, you write the wrong amount down, and under it, yeah, you just write the right one, or the other way around. Just show both amounts. Okay, because sometimes they mark it by saying, oh, they're the same, so you get a bagel. Sometimes they mark it by saying you add it and you remember to include that, so a bagel. Then they don't check if you know that it balances. So you're going to make provision for both options of marking. Does that make sense? Okay. So now if I look, state 2 internal control measures that we can use to prevent similar events. What was the event? The event was that this guy, purchased, he ordered goods for himself, and he took it. So how can I fix that? How am I going to fix it? The person, division of duties, person ordering, the guy who orders may not be the guy who receives. Okay, I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but basically what it comes down to is the person who does the stock ordering is not the one waiting for the lorry when they deliver the stock. Must be someone else. Okay? Because now, what happened? It's the same guy, so he could take the stuff and put it in his car quickly. You see? What else can we do? What else can we do? I can't hear. Can you see it's very important when the delivery truck comes and they deliver the goods, they're going to give you a delivery slip. And then you are supposed to tick off that all the goods that was delivered is on the delivery slip, because that delivery slip will be reflected on the invoice. So the delivery slip and the invoice must also be the same. Can you see why you also don't want the guy who ordered to be the one who checks the delivery slip? Okay. So another internal control would be check goods against delivery slip. Okay, check the goods against the delivery slip. That's another internal control. Okay.